Hey everybody, DGood24 here. Welcome back to the channel. It's been a huge couple of days for me and this channel, and I want to thank all of you that are new subscribers. I can't wait to inevitably disappoint you. But we're going to jump back into some more NASCAR 25 discussion here. And, when I sat down and got to be a part of that creator event, I was very excited. And after watching it, me and most of the other creators left that Discord call feeling very optimistic about the stuff that we were seeing and that we saw. And so when we posted all that yesterday, it was kind of a surprise that it was met with such criticism. And we're going to talk about that today a little bit. I still feel the exact same way about the game, and I'm going to kind of go over a few things I've seen posted on Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, all the stuff, and we'll go from there. I'm still very excited for this game. I do understand a lot of the qualms that some of you have, and we're going to try to go over as many as I can think of off the cuff here. If you're a new subscriber, you're going to understand that for me, I am a very off the cuff kind of guy. Like, we go for chill and vibes here, and I like to treat my YouTube channel like I'm streaming to just me, and then I'll post that later. So a lot of off-the-cuff stuff here. So let's go ahead and jump into it. So essentially, I think the biggest thing that everyone complained about was that wreck at Daytona. And I will agree, it did look definitely wonky to me as well. It was kind of hard for him to right hook him. And yeah, we didn't get to see what the sliders were on for the AI cars, and I'm hoping that they weren't like turned all the way down or close. I'm hoping it was like default or up, if that. So we'll just have to see. But if we go by what they've told us, and this was straight away asked in the Discord call, can we easily right hook someone? And we have heard many times that the sliders are there to do that. So let's just wait and see on that. Maybe wait for some more gameplay, or wait till we get it in our hands. That's going to be, just a couple weeks from now. I'll probably have the game in my hands in a couple weeks. And I guarantee you, if we don't see anything, that will be the first thing I test for everybody. is to turn. I'm going to turn that the second I get my hands on this game. I'm turning that all the way down. And I saw some people also complaining about the player car not being able to get sideways or anything either, and that's under the same slider. You get to adjust that to be more stable or less stable. So I do think that it was probably not the most amazing way to do that. I do wish they would have turned that down before getting in. So we'll see. I'm hoping my fingers are crossed, and I'm hoping that we'll get Dirt to Daytona style wreck physics, but we'll see. Even if that was as bad as it's gonna get, like if it was all the way down, personally, I'm not too upset. I'll live with it. And what I've been saying here for the past few days, like, I still think this is gonna be the best NASCAR game since NASCAR 07. I believe that. And I just find myself being more of an optimist, especially for year one for this game, since this is the foundation title. I will say we probably did overhype this a little bit, myself included. I won't dispute that, but I do think that for a foundation game laying the groundwork for this series going forward, we have an amazing base here. Now, I see a lot of people calling this NASCAR Heat 6. And I'm very conflicted on that. There is definitely a lot of the NASCAR Heat skeleton here. Obviously, with the UI, with how just a lot of it looks. I don't want to include like the sliders, because I feel like no matter what, that needs to be in the game. The ability for us to modify the AI and the gameplay to our experiences is important. And I like the fact that it's there, and I don't want that to go away. But I do think we could innovate a little bit more when it comes to the on-screen display and pitting and stuff. And I had kind of said this in my 30-minute video, or my full gameplay video, that or I don't remember which one it was. It doesn't really matter. That I would like to see them innovate some more when it comes to this stuff. Like, I'm okay with it being in the Foundation title. A lot of people have said that, it's been 2 years. They should have plenty of time to get all this stuff added. 2 years is not a lot of time to build this game from the ground up. Now, they did have assets from iRacing and everything, but taking them all over and putting them into an engine that I don't think they've ever worked on before, because all their games before had been on Unity, even the World of Outlaw games. Putting those assets into an engine they haven't worked on and getting this game, the bare bones of it running correctly, takes a long time. And I really do think that's why they've spent so long working on the AI and some of these minor details. I think that they had to get this game to a good state, get everything in there, and now they're just really fine-tuning it. So for me, that speaks to, like, this is going to be a solid foundation game. Everything we get going forward, like, they should have the driving down, they should have a lot of this down, and they can work on adding features and making the little things better. When it comes to burnouts, I tend to agree with everybody. I would like them in the game. I'm not going to use it at all. It doesn't affect me in the slightest. I don't need it. But I understand why people would want that. As a kid, it was cool for me, obviously. And it is a bummer that we didn't get it. But I'm pretty sure it took a couple games at least to get burnouts in the NASCAR Heat Series. So I don't think this is something that's out of the ordinary. I just feel like it probably got pushed and put on the back burner because they had so many other important things to work on. But I agree, it is a bummer. Another thing I saw a lot of people complaining about on the pitting was the fact that you can't change, you can't do adjustments on pit road during cautions. And I'm going to need to see more on that. I know they showed us and they had a little box, so I'm going to act like that's the thing. Yeah, that is pretty crappy. We should be able to make some slight adjustments to wedge and the tire pressures and stuff under yellow. I don't know why that wouldn't be in the game. That's kind of important. But I'm gonna be TBD on that one until it comes out. But if that's not in there, I think that's a fair criticism. I'm not really. There was a screenshot of it saying you can only take right side tires. And personally, I am on the side of, yeah, that's a dumb thing not to include, why you can't just take two lefts, but also, who's going to take just lefts? I don't know. Like, I don't think it's going to really matter, but yeah, that should obviously be in there. So, I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. That type of stuff, I'm really not too concerned about, personally. I'm sure in a moment, there will be a moment or so in the game when maybe I want to do that, and I'll be like, ah, crap. So, yeah, I do think the pitting stuff needs to be worked on and looked at, and that is a bummer that it's not correct. I won't dispute that at all. So, I think those are fair criticisms, for sure. I've seen some people complain about the graphics, that it looks like a mobile game, and I don't get that. I think this is going to be the best looking NASCAR game we've had, and it's right up there with Ignition. I don't really understand. I think, yeah, the night lighting can look a little wonky in some places. I'm just not seeing the complaints there. I think that's odd. I think the biggest problem that I have are people saying that this is NASCAR 21 Ignition again, or 2.0 or whatever, and I just don't understand that. Yeah, the physics may be a little wonky, and what else? I don't understand. The thing that gets me is, like, it looks just like Ignition. Okay, that doesn't mean it's going to play like it. Yeah, they used the same engine. That's why they look the same. How much better can you make the cars look? So they look the same because it's the same engine. I just don't get that. NASCAR Ignition is basically unplayable. The only way you can get that game to work somewhat decently is do a quick race with no tire wear and no damage, and that's it. I don't understand that. I think if you think that this is someone on Twitter was like, this is a soulish cash grab that is just Ignition 2.0. And that, I don't think it's farther from the truth. I do think this dev team is very, very passionate and they care deeply about this title. I don't think this is a cash grab for iRacing. I think that's silly. I've seen a lot of people that, I think a lot of the thing with this game are people expected iRacing on console, and I just don't think that's ever been what they've said. I think having iRacing help work on this was very important, for sure, because I do think the driving physics and model in this game is going to be the best we've ever had. Rodman played it, and he agreed. And I know some of you may have your opinions about him because of Ignition, and I get that. But I'm going to believe him on this one, because from what I see, I believe it too. And from the people I've talked to that have actually played the game, I believe it. I have spoken in depth with Brad Perez about him playing this game, and he has nothing but great things to say about it. And I know Brad, and he would never lead me astray when it comes to a NASCAR game. He cares very deeply about this series, and so I believe him. He's a NASCAR driver. Like it makes like I'm just I don't know. I think a lot of people just are expecting the world from this game, and I don't think that's a fair expectation. Now, and I know I'm probably part of the problem because I said this is going to be the best NASCAR game in 18 years. And I still believe that. I think this is going to be a very, very good game. Absolutely. But I think expecting this to be the perfect NASCAR simulator right out of the gate is probably expecting too much. I know that there's going to be faults with this game. Absolutely. And I will talk about those. I have no problem talking about the stuff that I saw in this video. Like, yeah, I agree. The wreck looked kind of weird. There was some clipping. I saw a lot more clipping of cars going into other cars than I would like. Like in a cockpit cam, there was a car that at Lime Rock, you could kind of see another car kind of clip through your left side. Allgaier kind of clipped through Austin Hill on in that wreck at Daytona. That was kind of The damage model isn't my favorite, but I need to see more. I like the marks on the side of the car. I like that it was a little bit softer. I don't like that you can come in and fix all your damage right away and you'll be back to normal. I don't like that you can run 30 laps at North Wilkesboro and you can be the only car that pit with 2 to go or 3 to go. Yeah, I think that stuff needs to be worked on. I'm not, contrary to prior belief on Twitter and Reddit, I am not a paid shill. I am just an optimistic person when it comes to these games. I don't expect it to be perfect. For me, these games are, I get to sit down on the couch with my controller and have a good time and play some career races and have fun. Or what I'll probably be doing for my career is using a wheel and having some pretty fun, longer races. That's my plan. I just want an in-depth career mode in a game that somewhat drives okay and not a lot of bugs, like a playable game. And I think we're going to get that for sure. I just think maybe we should kind of tone down the expecting so much out of this, because I do think there are a lot more good than bad. Like, the positives outweigh the negatives to me anyway, and we'll just have to wait and see. We're very close to getting all the gameplay you could ever want on this, so let's just hold out for a little bit longer, and when we see some people get their hands on the game that we trust, then we can judge from there. And if you trust me, then I appreciate that. I will be nothing but transparent. When I get this game, I'm going to show everything that I can, and whether that be good or bad. For me, I'm just more of a, like, if something weird happens, I'll just kind of laugh it off. Because if I'm having fun, that's what I care about. So, and I know not everyone can have iRacing. That's what I save my super realistic stuff for, is that, like, I expect the world out of iRacing because I'm paying a crap ton of money for it. This... yeah, $60 is a lot of money, and I get that. But for me, on video games, when I spend $60, if I can get, I kind of value my dollar. If I can get 10 to 20 hours out of a $60 game, for me, I think that's okay. That's not bad. But your mileage may vary on that. I'm still excited. I am. Should there be some more things in this game that should be a little bit better? Yes. I agree. It's not going to be perfect, absolutely, and we'll just have to wait and see. I think they're just they're cutting it close with the release date and some of these things. So we'll just have to wait and see. What do you guys think? I know I just kind of rambled there, but I mean, I just think we all just need to kind of temper a little bit. Let's put the pitchforks down and wait until some of us get the game. And if it still looks like crap after I've played it for a few hours, then we can all talk about it. You can call me out and this or that and the other. So anyway, thank you all for watching. Thank you for subscribing. I appreciate having all of you here. It means the world to me. I finally feel like I'm being recognized for the hard work I've put in on this channel, and it means a lot. So thank you guys. I will see you next time.